Right, we're standing in the middle of a reasonably freshly planted mixed woodland. Lots of different species. There's oak, sorbus, willow, but one of the main components is ash. This was planted about probably 2007, 2008, and unfortunately some of the trees that were planted were infected with ash dieback caused by this fungus Hymenus fraxineus. So in this particular tree here, this tree came in infected with the pathogen and has died within probably 1 to 2 seasons. But what it has done is, as it dropped its leaves, those leaves, as those have rotted over the winter, have produced little tiny structures known as apothecia, and these are formed down at the base of the tree in this sort of area here. And during the summer, from June, July, August, they are releasing tiny little spores into the air. These spores then will land on a leaf and will cause an infection, so you'll get a little bit of leaf spotting like this. It will grow back down through the PTO and into the stem. So if we go across here, we've got a tree which was probably infected a couple of years into its growth. You can see a big major lesion staining on the stem, and this eventually will kill the part of the top of the tree. As the top of the tree dies, it tends to throw out lots of shoots from the base. And then this tree here, again, you can see leaf spotting, which is this year's infection. But there has been infections last year, so there's quite a lot of shoot dieback you can see on this tree. And what the fungus does, it will move back into the main stem and will kill the main stem, and this tree will die in probably 2 or 3 seasons, just depending on how quickly the disease progresses. So here we have a tree which has been infected probably last season. The infection has come down through this little stem and is into the main stem, and it produces this quite classic, it's described as a diamond-shaped lesion, and you can see quite clearly the shape of the lesion. Now when you cut away the bark, you can see quite clearly where the fungus has been moving through the phloem, and it will extend both up the stem and downwards, and eventually this will kill the tree. And then what this tree will do is, as you get the infections on the leaves, when those fall off, those will fall to the ground to produce the apothecia. But this is the classic symptom that we find, this dark diamond-shaped lesion. As it extends, then it will take in the whole tree. It will girdle the whole tree or the whole shoot, and everything above will then die. So if I can just tear this away, the healthy tissue is this nice green yellow tissue. That's perfectly healthy. There's no fungus there, but you can see where the fungus has been moving through the phloem, killing it, and you get this brown tissue. It hasn't extended much further than that, but that will, and it moves really quite quickly. So over a matter of a few weeks or months, that will extend up and down the stem. So I think what we have here is an example of this season's infection. So spores that were produced in the ground on the apothecia, the spores were released and have landed on this set of leaves, has caused an infection, and is progressing its way back down through the rachis, back down through the PTO, and eventually into the stem. And again, this would be an earlier stage. This probably only happened perhaps even a few days ago, certainly not more than a couple of weeks ago. And again, you can see the dead stem and the movement of the pathogen down through the stem, or down through the PTO and into the stem, where well, it would then result in this sort of dieback. So if we were to come back to this tree in a year's time, it would look like this dead stem.